A very good evening to all the teachers here. Harmeet ma'am is a senior computer teacher at Vasant Valley School, New Delhi. She has over 25 years of experience in education, teaching the national curriculum, CBSE, International Baccalaureate, Cambridge curriculum, and artificial intelligence to K-12 segment. She has a background in mentoring, IT curriculum development for STEM integration, and staff training and development. She's a coder at heart and training for her venture into the field of artificial intelligence. She has authored 6 books on artificial intelligence for classes 5 to 10. She has been a part of the CBSE curriculum design teams for co-authoring technical, syllabi for contemporary subjects like artificial intelligence and digital citizenship. So that's about many, many feathers on her hat. So I would like to hand over the session to Harmeet ma'am for her amazing session. So yes, ma'am, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Marine. It's been a pleasure to be a part of the 1M1B team for a very long time now. And I have had the pleasure of working with many members of the team, whether it was Sefin, Marine, Irene, and all. And although we have been sitting in 2 different cities for a long time, wanting to collaborate in the same place, but virtual is where we are standing right now. So just like you showed the video, embrace the future. This is the future. This is just the start of the future that we are all envisaging should be happening. So I'll just very quickly share my screen. Please confirm that you are able to see my screen. I'm just going to switch off the audio from this one. Can you see my screen here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay. So that's wonderful. At any part of time during the workshop, you feel that there is something that you need to put forward, you need to ask, please go ahead and write in the chat window. That is more than welcome. Anyways, so the title for today that we are working for, the session that we are entitled to work with, is unlocking our future with AI, right? And what exactly AI entails for us in future. What are we looking at? Where are we standing now? Where are we going to go for? How do we prepare ourselves to go there, right? But before we, actually end up being there, let's just first of all see where we stand. Very quickly, I want everyone to just look at the chat. There is one link that I have sent you. I would want everyone just brief 5 questions. I would want to know where you people stand. Very quickly, just click on the link that I have sent you, or you can follow up on this from any device, right? I'm just going to start. So I'm just going to wait for everyone to join. Just join randomly. 5 questions, that's it. Everyone please join. Okay, so I'm just going to wait for 5, 4, 3, 2. Anybody who doesn't join by the time I reach 1, you're not part of it. Okay, 2. Okay, 1.5. And 1. So I'm just going to click on start. Okay, let's just see where we are all on this one, right? Okay. So everybody, please answer the question. Very nice. Very nice. Good. So we did get 35 participants out of 63, 50%. We did get the responses. That's nice. Go for the next one. Okay, not bad. Nice. Okay. So, oh, wait a second. I have to do the next question here. Next question. Go for it. 2. Hurry up. Okay. Okay. Next question coming up in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, what are the ethical considerations? Mm-hmm. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next one. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And to the next question. Very good. Let's see the speed is picked up. Okay. On the 5th question. Mm-hmm. Okay. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and that's it. So let's see where we are. This last question, do you want to no? So next question. Yes. Now let's see where the scores turned up to. So who's on the leaderboard? Whoever gave those names, my friend, I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. So whoever gave those names, a good shout out to the people. This basically is just for us to understand where exactly are we working with at this point with the students. So you can see. So if anybody's got 100% and still got it, it's only because of the time probably complexity that you went in with. Okay, so that was just the start of getting into the rhythm of what we are discussing today, just to understand where we are. So basically, when we are looking into the learning outcomes for this particular chapter, it's a chapter in the curriculum which is in Unit 2. It's basically only 5 marks question that you would see. But this particular chapter plays a very pivotal role in the whole of the curriculum. It lays a foundation for anybody to get engaged. It lays a foundation for people to be inspired, why they are doing what they are doing, and where they are going to go with this. It's important for them to understand that this is what they have to embrace for the future. This is where they are going to be standing, and how well prepared are we to go there. So there are a few skills that are required for that. There are certain career pushes that are required for that. So as we just saw that how well prepared we are or not, how fast we are there or not. So I will be giving you the link of this website. You can actually go ahead and use this as a roadmap for your students in your classroom. It's completely free public site that I've created for you. You can make sure of it. The career pathways that we are looking at is, basically the demand that are there for the AI professionals. It's a very popular survey that is conducted by World Economic Forum every year, right? So we will be discussing a little bit about that also, and we will also talk about the growing need for the AI experts that are there across the industries. We will be fishing through a little bit of skills and tools that are going to be required, which are very important and pertinent for becoming an AI professional, and what are the diverse career opportunities that are available. Not just a software professional, what other things in the roles that can be there. We will also, fish through one particular career opportunity at the end as a case study that we will do. And what's more important is the continuous learning. Now, this curriculum started sometime around 2019, 2020. We went in and revisited and upgraded the curriculum of this subject as a skill subject. Now, if it took 3 years for an upgradation, what we are discussing today, it might be an upgradation, it might be up for an upgradation in 6 months, a year, 2 years maximum. So this is the most dynamic industry that I have worked in. I've been working in this industry for more than 2.5 decades now, and I feel that there has not been a stop of my learning till date. So when it comes to continuous learning, it's very important that as a tech professional, not only you keep updated, but to inspire your students also to keep on enhancing their skills and be enveloped with those kind of tools that they would be there to become successful in the career. So as I was talking about the global demand for the AI professions, and why is it that it is becoming? So for anything, just like we have, if there's a demand, there is a requirement, then automatically the people are there in the markets, the jobs are out there in the market. It's one of the top growing professions. So the 2020 World Economic Forum survey that was conducted from 2020 to 2022, it shows that this is the one domain of technology uh, where it, it's
Ma'am, your voice is cracking. Harmeet ma'am?
There
Harmeet ma'am?
has been near to 70
Harmeet ma'am, we can't hear you.
occupations.
Yeah, it has started.
So
Continue.
as I was just discussing with you, the survey done by the Gartner has actually implemented over across different organizations and all. There's been a growth of 270% in just the past 4 years, and this is the most dynamic industry. And in fact, ever since the industrial revolution, this is one of the industries which is demanding youth to come forward with ideas and making them into not only just creators or consumers but also creators of stuff. So people are actually going ahead with this. Let me just show you one of the, if I can, if the survey is visible to you. So you can just very well just see the number of different domains that are there. So many domains are now visible. And this is just from the data from 2014 to 2019. In the past 4 years itself, there have been so many clusters and occupations that have been created over the number of years. So it's the fear that the people have about losing jobs to robots or to AI taking us over. If the jobs are going away, there are jobs that are getting created. There are industries which are embracing AI, and it's just not about now testing the stuff. It's more about becoming where we are standing with it and where we are going with it. Talk about financial services, talk about healthcare, technology, IoT enabled systems, national security, agriculture, gaming, weather, the enhancement of the different domains that are there. So it's for an AI professional in future, the career opportunity is immense when we are not just only looking at, honing our technical skills there are or the workplace skills. We have to be very much be involved in the domain system also. They need to be very much clear about which domain they're working. So for example, we talk about the healthcare professional. They support diagnosis in drug industries and personalized treatments plans, whether it is when we are looking at something in media, marketing, government, every single place where we are making use of artificial intelligence today is supported by learning, observing, learning, and making the predictions. So it is just very, very simple that we are looking at. Before I move on to the future of AI, I want anyone and everyone to be able to just give me one line statement of what they feel is the exact definition of AI. Just 5 words, 5 or 6 words in the chat. I want to see the chat running. I don't want this to be a simple one-way communication that you're looking at. Please, everyone, just share your thought on what exactly do you. Yes, Amrita, I will be sharing this link with you. You would be able to have simulation of human intelligence inside machines. Wonderful. I mean, there couldn't have been a better answer. Anybody else has got mimic of human being, mimicking human behavior? That is another one, Smita. That's amazing. That's something that we've been working as a definition since grade 9 onwards. That children should be mimicking human behavior. How do they mimic? They say the children are the sponge of the future. So similarly, now the technology is becoming the sponge of the human behavior, right? Intelligent machines. Uh, AI means when machines start thinking, behaving like human being. Raki, we wouldn't exactly use the word thinking. We would rather say mimicking and taking decisions. Ability of a computer to think. I really hope we were able to transplant some kind of a brain in that dumb robot, but that doesn't work. Reasoning is important. Machines having cognitive abilities, very good. Any other definitions that we can work with? So we do see artificial intelligence being something which is a regular part of our daily lives. When we are saying that, it's becoming ubiquitous in our daily lives, whether it is from streaming service recommendations to smart home devices, whether it is impacting the businesses, even the startups, small startups that we are seeing coming up from the home. Companies are shifting focus from rather than just testing to actually delivering tangible results with a and so many. If we just follow the journey of 1M1B also, it's all about 1 million, 1 billion, right? We have seen so closely children and the youth of today actually coming up with such plausible solutions in and workable solutions, not only plausible but workable. Last year at the UN convention, when we saw the demonstration of the projects that the students had built under the Future Leaders program, or the way these children, AI for Youth community is coming together, I am flabbergasted. The kind of opportunities and the kind of thoughts and ideas these children are bringing out in the world today, oh my God. So the future of AI involves more about autonomous learning, with machines are observing. When I say observing, they are actually reading the patterns and the behaviors in the data. They are learning. So when I say learning, they are actually mimicking what we want them to behave similarly in the human form, right? So potentially leading to breakthroughs in general AI. That's what we're looking at. So the number of opportunities per 10,000, this is just a simple survey that was done with 10,000 10,000 responders to certain survey in US. From 2020 to 22 itself, if you were to look at the different domains like data, engineering, people and culture, product development, sales, marketing, health and services, across the clusters, you will see the rise that has happened, right? And this was done, the sources were basically from the LinkedIn and the Burning Glass technologies. The surveys were taken up from there. Now, we all talk about AI as something like a magical thing. People who do not understand AI, they consider it as something which is very mystical, something which is a magic. We talk to ChatGPT and we believe that, and I will actually show you conversations today itself during the session. Just give me 10 minutes from this me talking when you start working. You will actually see that when you're conversing with a bot, you feel that I'm not talking to a bot, I'm talking to an actual human being. Going from a simple banking bot where they could just give us some rule-based answers. It was like, a bot had learned 100 questions, and if anybody was asking any of the 100 questions, it would have given the right answers. But now, what are the bots learning? The bots are becoming smarter and smarter. What? They are also able to now redirect. If this is not the question that you were asking, where to go next? If this is not the answer you're looking for, what is it that you're looking at? So those roles that have been reversed from going across the counter asking the questions to P2 actually, how many a times your Zomato or Swiggy has not delivered on time? How many a times you've done on that chat with us and you actually feel you're talking to somebody across? And if there is a service person actually giving you back a call, it is only because the bot has redirected it to them. That this is not now beyond, this is understanding, now you take it over. So we look at very fancy terms like, machine learning engineer, data scientist, we're looking at artificial intelligence research scientist, robotics engineer. Does it mean that only the students that when they're looking for career opportunities in this field have to go with only these kind of things? No, they are not. We will discuss a few career opportunities that can be actually uh, engulfed into, the students can actually do, the children can actually become inspired. So these are few which are very popular, like, careers. If you're talking about the very essential core, that is an understanding of the essential skills that are required for AI careers, is talking about programming. It's of course the proficiency in technical languages like Python, R, Java, and is crucial for building the components. You require C++, mathematics background, linear algebra, very much an important part of the strong foundations that are laid. And the statistics is essential for understanding AI concepts. And it's very important that, the machine learning plays a very, very important role. We're talking about immense amount of data from which the patterns are being read. We're talking about immense information from where familiarity with the big data technology is there, and distributed computing is increasingly evident. So these look like some domains that are very popular, and this looks like certain essential skills which are going to be over there. But where are we actually going? Let's just pick up one case study of, the health cluster, whether it is just the caregivers or when you're looking at the green skills, right? If you're looking at simply going green, we're talking about the web analytics, we're talking about online marketing, we're talking about data analytics, we're talking about project management, we're talking about health professionals going in with different kind of work abilities that they can look into. Or we're talking about just the simple care and green professions. You will see the share of postings that are coming across social media, what all exactly we are doing with that. So the educational pathways, a typical educational pathway for a successful career in any domain is basically starting from bachelor's degree, within computer science, mathematics, or any related field that is required. Of course, specialized courses like, in machine learning, deep learning, and AI to gain knowledge is important. What really provides advantage or an edge for somebody who does a master's or a PhD in that particular domain, like neural networks or image recognition, is that it gives them a sort of a structure to understand and the streamlining of using research as a method for learning from it. But does it mean that students or children or anybody for that matter, for somebody like me also at 46, I started my journey at 41, like 5 years ago, I started my journey. I was calling it midlife crisis, whatever. I didn't want to, just settle down for anything less. I just jumped into the field, and I feel as young and restless like any other nobody person. So does that mean that I went at my age to do some kind of a PhD at this point? No, it's also about continuous learning. It's also about upgrading yourself, building on the skills that you're already having, right? So yes, it's very important that we do that. So it's very important that we not only look at the technical skills, we also to look at the soft skills. We also to look at the frameworks. When we're looking at the programming languages, like the 3 domains that we talk about, we have had a session with Soumya last time, and we will have more sessions coming up where we will be talking about different domains of AI, and we'll be talking about coding and how things are going to take it forward. Whether it is programming or whether it is tools and frameworks, more importantly is the soft skills also. Teamwork, adaptability, communication, analytical thinking, critical thinking, problem solving. These are some things that cannot do away if you want to, you're not spanning a career in AI. Right. Mathematician in itself, if you just look at something like this, you'd be surprised that how much they are actually earning per hour. And this is just the median pay from 2023. Right. And it's not necessary that you have to have some kind of a experience in this. That's why they say that AI, nobody can teach you. You have to explore, you have to get your hands dirty in coding, you have to get your hands dirty in that. Just look at the kind of salaries that are there, the lucrative careers that are out there. Something like a 130K dollars would be something around a crore in an Indian money. So imagine if you're actually that adept. I look at the different forums on LinkedIn. I follow my students' career paths across the past 5-6 years that I see, and when I see them grow in taking plunge into different streams of AI, robotics, STEM, wherever they go in, and the kind of projects and work that they are doing, I look at their salaries and I say, oh my God, where am I still standing? So just look at the kind of leaps that the children can actually go ahead, becoming becoming a research scientist, becoming big data engineers, software engineers. So there are going to be specializations across, like simple data scientists. So the difference between these roles and responsibilities of every single, when we started our journey as teachers, we didn't know that we wanted to become a computer science teacher. We just started with learning very basics in tech and started. If I go back with what I did in my college, I would not have survived if I had not built on my knowledge. I would have simply be teaching. What did I learn? I learned Turbo Pascal, Fortran. I mean, I'm that ancient from the last century, actually, I would say. So you have to have those kind of essential skills, which are very important, which are the baseline skills for mathematics, and the workplace skills that that are going to be there for decision making, time management, business intelligence. And as I said, we cannot work in this particular field till we get our hands dirty with the advanced technical skills also. Now, this is one portion of this is one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is like, just like in any industry, there are going to be hiccups, there are going to be challenges that are faced by this. And it is always better to, listen to people or follow the community, because in this kind of a career, if the students are wanting to pursue in this kind of a career, they need to be aware that if they are just going to work in a silo, that doesn't work. They will always be able to learn more if they are part of a community and they're following those leaders like Dr. Andrew Ng, right? Like following up the Stanford AI programs, looking at Upgrad, looking at Coursera, looking at different online things, and most importantly, our very own IBM Skills Build. So many courses. We will actually have a view on that also. So the most important part is just not about learning and just being there. Make projects, put it out in the community for giving you feedback. Put it out in the free resource community. Let people make use of the resource that you are going to be. Like for example, if I made a resource today, I'm just going to put it out in the community. Use it, replace it, whatever you want to go with it. Reproduce it, your call and your choice. Another very important part is the ethical dilemmas. So just because we are addressing bias, now this is understanding bias and ethics is a very important part of our curriculum, and I think we will have it as a separate session altogether also in our series of lessons that we are doing. But just because we are addressing 99% of bias, does that mean that we leave that 1% of bias? The dilemmas that the AI professionals have to deal with, and as I said, helping customers understand, demystifying AI. Like this is not like the magic wand. It cannot do everything. There will always be things like, for example, when we say some people when they started with working with ChatGPT, Gemini, when they started working with, they felt that this is completely useless. I don't know what it is giving me. It's giving me all wrong data. Then a term became very popular, prompt engineering. People had never heard of this thing. What was prompt engineering? Prompting was basically that the teleprompters were giving to the theater artists standing in front. They were prompting themselves, and they were just, if they're forgetting something, they would have actually a relay of thoughts, relay of character, how it progresses in a drama series. But when we are looking at prompt engineering now, it's also about what do you want to ask it? What are you asking GPT to do for you? So I remember there was this one very interesting activity where one of the sessions that I was doing, they said that give us the links to go to all these, some Reddit links they had just prompted, give us all the links that we could go and look at all these images of different things, and some Reddit links. This was some kind of an activity that was prompted to understand the ethics and plagiarism and all those things were there. So the ChatGPT was trained to not, if you are looking at these kind of prompts, you are not to give it up. What did the participants do? They said, give us all those prompts you are not allowed to go to, and then came out the list. So what you're asking it to do also depends upon how you're framing it, how your prompt is going it. So there are going to be challenges which are there, and the most important part are going to be the technical, because it keeps on changing. Today you're working on one version of Python, 2 months down the line another version comes, another IDE comes. We start working on R for data analytics. We are working with some other open source backend. So these things will be there. Just giving a very quick brief on where exactly we are looking at. And in financial services, we are looking at risk assessment, algorithmic trading. We're looking in healthcare. Personalized treatments are being done, drug discoveries are being done. And just 3 days ago, I looked at one very important case study about breast cancer that was shown that how AI was able to detect 5 years before the person was actually going to suffer from first stage breast cancer. The markers that are there, looking at if somebody is going in for a mammography, and they say that you should do it after a certain particular age, and then they are able to identify if these markers are existing, you are going towards that direction. So those kind of diagnosis that we are looking at when we talk about retail, when we talk about the case studies, like we talked about there was this very interesting case study. I think even Stefan will agree on also that, like when somebody, this was done when single dads go and purchase they go and purchase diapers from a general store in US, they end up buying beer also. Why is that? Because the recommendations is also going to, there's no correlation between these two. But how the recommendation is done, that if it is right next to the counter, the sale is happening. If it is there, the recommendations are being done. Why do we go and see those customer service people coming back to you and asking you, the chatbots are actually reading what you're trying to buy. And then there is a whole bunch of predicting the demand based as per the efficient supply chain. And then what about the price optimization? These are all the wonders that we are looking at. Crop monitoring, predicting analysis, automated farming. These are the domains that we have been working with UNESCO, UNESCO 2030 goals that we are looking at, right? Some of the very important ones. Then we are looking at children working with gaming profiles. Then those behaviors that are being created by non-player characters, what should be the procedures that should be generated, the player experience that is getting whether the ratings that they are giving over there, weather forecasting, one of the most important ones that we are looking at, modeling and recognizing the pattern recognition and predicting when are those things coming in. Most important, as I just told you about ethics and responsible, what are the privacy concerns and whether the transparency and explainability is able to explain are being taken by AI. Is it safe enough to say that if we are making a judge tomorrow, a judge is being replaced, a legal judge is being replaced by a particular AI bot who can remember from a lot of case studies over the past 2 centuries or something, whatever, and should be able to make decisions whether this person is should be penalized or not penalized for this particular crime, looking at the pattern over the number of years. Is it explainable? Is there, are when we talking about privacy concerns, is there balancing the need for data? Very important with protecting the individual privacy and securing the data handling practices. So these kind of things will come when we are looking at role of AI in cybersecurity. You know, what kind of threats are there? Automated responses to be done when these are things, predicting the security before it even happens. In NLP, there is no stopping of this, because this is going to be some very important topic that we're going to be discussing in another one of the sessions in NLP, where we are talking about sentiment analysis and how chatbot and virtual assistants are helping text summarizations of existing long documents and saving time on that. That is there. Autonomous vehicles, we've talked about self-driving cars, predictive maintenance. Just a good question that comes to somebody's mind. Do we ever see a car, a self-driving car, and do we see a Tesla on a Delhi road someday? Who knows? We never thought that we could have it at any time, but now it is there. We never thought that drones could fly. It is flying. And when we talk about AI in education, of course, it is something that we have. We have teachers in Bangalore, which are completely AI teachers. Now, is that teacher actually going to replace the human element? No. But does it give you the addition of working with students with special needs, working with students who need to pick up and bring it forward? Yes. They look at the performance analysis. The logistical part is going ahead, is getting removed from a teacher's perspective. Intelligent tutoring, automatic grading, these are another few things that we are looking at. Whether it is energy management, you know, grid optimization, smart building management, we are looking at. Whether we are looking at space. Now, very recently, we are having those conversations about Sunita Williams being stuck over there. There are, I just read some case study. Some case study was there. I very recently said that, do you think it will vaporize? Will the whole thing go away? Will she die? I mean, it was a very interesting case study to go through. I'll share a link with everyone. Should the mission planning be done accordingly? Should we send out another one? Are they at that part, that height, that they can send another one, another craft, another spacecraft to bring them down? All those kind of questions, analytics that are there. In fact, Stefan, I just saw yesterday or something you had posted on LinkedIn about something in chess, something about tennis that you had done, right? And that was some prediction in tennis. I think you posted out over there. It was a good one. Um, Wildlife conservation, art and creativity. These are some things that we are looking at, and there is no dearth of conversation that we are looking at in all the domains that we look at, whether it is sports, fitness, and research and all, whether we are actually looking at all these domains going ahead. So now the question comes is, where do we get started? We need to expand our knowledge. We need to learn, develop our skills by developing programming languages, gaining experience. We should work on personal projects and participate in AI competitions, seek out, and most importantly, connect with professionals and join industry groups and attend conferences, which are going to build relationships for the field. So what we're going to do is we're going to share some online courses for you. Like, you know, just we discussed that there are certain professional organizations that you can actually advance yourself and work with. There are so many competitions available in the world level, like, you know, you have design championship, you have IBM skills. Well, you go to Kaggle, there is no dearth of competitions that you can actually attend over there. Then there are other free code camps there. Then there is another one. There are other links also that is. So the companies that are hiring are, they're looking not just on the educational perspective, they're also looking at the companies that are looking at what are the skills that these people are working with. So basically, the key soft skills that we are working is not only about just the are not just about the technical skills, the technical demographic that we are looking at. We're also looking at these soft skills and the workplace skills that are going to be required. So basically, in this whole chapter that we just discussed, this is going to be more of a conversational thing. But children will, at the end of this session, when you finish this, so CBSE says that you should take forward this in about 5 lessons in theory, and you should do 10 practical lessons. What are you going to do in the 10 practical lessons? I will tell you what you should do in those 10 practical lessons. Number one, what you should go ahead and do is that there is this IBM Skills Build course that is given to you, that you must make your students participate here. So when you talk about this, there is this course that you should ask the students, and IBM Skills Build is actually got so many courses which are mapped with the curriculum. It is given to you in the curriculum also. The links are all there out in the curriculum that you can actually pick up. And I have also put this up as part of my website. On the top, you will see here, on the very on top, you will see there is this particular skill course. This is the same map for this one, right? So Marine has already shared the curriculum on the chat. You can pick that up, and inside itself you will see this link is out over there. I am going to give you this link of the website that you can make use of for later purposes. I just want to show you a few more resources that you can actually go with. There is this let's just say link that I'm showing you that you can actually, so this is like if you want to consider some professional organizations, some publications you need to go for, some blog content that you want to go with and go ahead with, some free learning opportunities to build your skills. So this particular resource is available to you on this website also. I would recommend somebody mic is on. Please unmuting yourself at this point.
Ma'am, unmute yourself. Harmeet ma'am.
Oh, thank you. So I was just recommending that everyone should please just make sure it would not take you. It just took me less than 45 minutes to finish this particular thing, just to go through it. So just go through it and you will actually see that you get everything is out over there. What the job market is talking about, what the job roles are required, what employers are looking for, what the helpful resources are there. All of these things that are there for this chapter to be done. Sometimes these kind of units, you should give it to the children to do it on their own and have those discussions over here. But now my question goes back again is that if we are just doing these kind of courses, if you're just doing, will the children be inspired? No. I personally feel that unless they don't become the creators, if they're just becoming consumers of information, they will not be inspired. So what do we do about it? We actually have to give them a flair of what they would be. So we did look at many career opportunities today that we didn't talk about. But let's say in 5 minutes or 10 minutes at the most during this session, can we become an AI professional without even actually doing any of those big courses? So in the practical sessions, not only just get the students to be inspired about doing this course with them, learning on their self journey, give them the flair of different AI tools, let them become something that they would really want to go for. I just want to show you something a very interesting, if you can see this comic, like it's on machine learning, like, so it's a very beautiful scenario that you can give them for a self-read. You can ask them to create a story like that. So if you're working even with junior classes, this could be like one of your this could be something like this could be using on a storyboard that you could be creating a thought process that is there, the challenges that are being there. So it is like that. So we could look at these kind of examples over there also, right? Another thing which is very interesting is this PBS shows thing. So over here, if you would see, this is completely free of cost. You just go ahead. There's a lot of just search for some kind of, for example, we're looking at future of AI, algorithmic bias and fairness. If you just want to bring in some interesting videos or conversations about it, there's a very interesting website that you can make. So this link is also given to you on the website, link that I will share with you. But as I was coming back to, people just do something like that. So let's just do it something like this, like, let's just go to, there is one very interesting website which is called Bored Humans. If you could just look over here. Yeah. So if you could just look over here, I will just give you, so I am just going to give you this one link in the chat. I would want everybody to work around with me on this while this. Okay. Where is the chat? There it is. Just give me 5 seconds. Here. meeting group chat here. So this, if you go, this has a lot of things that you could just use different tools that you could crazy images, this, that, meme generator. So many things are there completely. So I just came across this one of the pages. I have no idea whether it is just look at the privacy policy before you go ahead. But what I really found interesting was something like this. So I just went in and I said that I want to become a content creator. Let's just have this kind of a workshop with us. I've just written to it that generate one episode of Friends for me, right? There is some kind of a charity that is there. So I just went ahead and created one prompt. I gave it, generate one episode of, let's say I want to enter the show's name, and I can always write this TV show generator, try this out, pick up this one and create it. So it did give me one small prompt. What did I do? I picked it up. I went to ChatGPT. Okay. I went to ChatGPT and I said, just generate a script for a Friends episode. Theme idea is this is to be done. What did ChatGPT do for me? It created scene by scene, character by character. It just created a small script for me, right? Simple as that. So it has created. Now, what am I becoming? I'm becoming a content creator. If I'm not even adept, now how do the children get inspired by it? If you are teaching them judicial use of AI, if you are teaching them judicial use of using artificial intelligence, where creativity needs to be enhanced, this is the kind of work that you could do. Imagine an English classroom, where things could like this could be actually utilized for having a conversation. Like, there was this one workshop that we did very recently was AI in classroom tools that was done. And we just went it up and did one dialogue between Hitler and Michael Jackson. Imagine what kind of a conversation would Hitler and Michael Jackson have. So it was very interesting, just to see those kind of scenarios. Pick up the scenario from here, go to a video generator, for example, in video. Just paste the script out over here. See, it has created. You don't know whether you'll be able to hear the audio or not, but you can actually see that it's story of Chandler and Monica's discussion happening, and along with the conversation that we had just posted. You go ahead and keep on adding stuff about it. I want the, for example, I want to edit it, and I say, make the subtitle font smaller, and I say, let's say generating it. So it is now going to become a little bit smaller. So the story that can be generated, and it is automatically using copyright free material. It's using those kind of exciting features that can be done that are there. And this gives us a children an idea and ideology that if you have a script, so now they've become some kind of a content creator at this point, like, using a tool which is completely free, using the credits out over there. If they want to create, let's say a text has been given. Now, if I were to, so what I'm going to do is I want to actually join the audio over here. I am going to Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm just going to share. Can you tell me if you can hear
Over
the
25
audio?
years of experience in
Yes,
education,
yes, we can hear.
teaching the national curriculum, CBSE, International Baccalaureate,
I'm just trying to
IB,
create
and Cambridge KIE curriculum-based computer science for
so my
DCE,
introduction audio if I want to
MIT
put
design,
up
and artificial intelligence
somewhere.
to K-12. I also have a background in mentor.
So if I want to create my own speech, right, I can also here. Wait a second, refresh. Oh, this will just go and create a small video again. So when it comes to creativity, okay, let's say if we click on view now here. So this was, I was trying to create a video with my own face here. So I was just trying to work around with the creativity and recreate with a different work, how it would look like when I would just want to mess around with my own image. So let them, have that fun. For example, this is a very interesting website. Let them become audio creators. So I just gave the prompt. Just a second.
I just gave the prompt to, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, so I just gave a prompt that, if I'm a teacher for tomorrow, I'm using Suno as Suno AI is, it creates, you give it a prompt, it will create for you. So I would just rather, play it, just see. I just wanted to create an audio. Just look at the, I did not write the script. Just see, it has created it for us. Now, I wanted to hear the same kind of thing in Hindi also. So just, I had to play this by back. See, listen to this.
कंप्यूटर का सगर आपकी नजरों में बसा दोस्तों को सिखाते जीवन में रास्ता कोई की कहानी.
I'm just going to and this is the same text. This is the same bio that Marine had spoken about me at the start of the session. So I just gave it to AI, create a song out of it, make something that, is going to make me feel good about myself. And interestingly, if I were to actually go ahead and create one more was there, which was this one. Yeah. Okay. Look at some of these very, very interesting video. I wanted to show you. See, another one that I could have
I am a
created
senior
was-
computer teacher at Vasant Valley School, New Delhi. I have over 25 years of experience in
So
education,
here my
teaching
avatar
the national
was
curriculum,
this character.
CBSE, International Baccalaureate, IB, and Cambridge CAIE curriculum-based computer science for DPCP, MIP design, and artificial
So here I had actually picked up this character as myself to introduce myself, right? So you could easily do it that way. You could have those kind of things created. So it is very, very interesting when, you come to that point where you feel that, the children can actually become their own. Just look at this site, which is like Hire. They are putting up trailers in the spotlight. Just look at this video. So all these images over here, they were all, created. Just look at this on individually, then put together in this one created by AI. That's important. So it's a story of a reindeer that is there following. Look at this. I personally love this trailer. If you would see this trailer, let me just restart this trailer and just see what all is just a small, look at that. Shrek. And what all characters are there? What are Frozen characters doing there? What is Spider-Man going to be doing in this trailer? What kind of language do I want to create it? Individually, they have been imagined and created and then put together, stitched together as one, right? So again, I'm saying what a Spider-Man in the form of this one. So just see the kind of creativity that, is out there. So does it mean that the children or the professionals who are going to go in this kind of a scenario are not creating something? They are creating something. But when they start creating something, it is like this, where they are starting, the children are engulfed into mystery. This is like a treasure hunt for them. Once they start, they cannot stop. And then they go on to those levels in their career where they will start learning linear algebra. They'll start learning about machine learning, pattern matching, NLP, and going forward with that. So at this point of time in the presentation today, I would just like to say that, it's one thing to talk about what is given in the book. It's another to make them practice. So when CBSE says take 10 lessons in the practical, it's just not about just doing the course in 10 practical sessions. Give them the opportunity to play around with it. Once they are consumers, then they become the creators. So make them inspired, give them that free time to play with the tools. Right. So basically, this was all that was there with me. I'll share the link of this website for you in case you want to, if you feel you want to make use of that, please go ahead and make use of this website. Okay, this is another one where I picked up a character here.
I'm
So
Harmeet, a senior computer teacher with over 25
avatar
years of
where-
experience
is
teaching
a
computer
AI
science
generated
across
image of
CBSE,
myself.
IB, and Cambridge curricula. My
And she's
expertise
looking in the
includes
camera
artificial
and talking
intelligence,
to me.
digital literacy, and STEM integration. I've mentored students and
Just imagine
educators,
the advantage.
developed
And if I
IT
could do it,
curricula, and led projects.
and if I could do it in like in an hour or something, I think children are even faster than that. They would do it in 20 minutes. So very quickly, this was all that was there from my side. I will share the link with you, but before we close the session for today, I would want to, have one kind of a recapitulation with you. If you have any conversations that you would want to ask, we would go ahead with that. Or Marine, how do you want to do this? Should I do a recapitulation first and then we go for the quick Q&A? How do you want to do this?
Yes, you can do that, ma'am. It's already 6:08, so just take a few minutes
very-
to give a
Very
recap.
quickly, I'll do
And
that.
teachers, if you have any queries, please put in the chat section. So we will look into it and we will get back to you.
Yes. Oh,
So
sure.
one teacher,
So-
Monica ma'am, is asking that what about credits? So ma'am, are you talking
Yes,
about?
very important.
Yeah.
Very important. So I was just, thank you very much for actually bringing it up like that. And it is very important that we do the credits also, because without credits, it's just like, doing a copy pasting and promoting plagiarism. It's very important that we do the credits. And in fact, if you go back and ask ChatGPT over here, can you give me credits for this? If I just go back and ask, can you give me, generate citations for, you ask it for generate citations for the poem that for the poem created. It would, I'm sorry.
If you allow me, can I come here? Can I talk to you?
Yes, speak please.
Ma'am, actually credits, I'm referring to when we when we use some AI tools,
Yes,
we
that's
have to have those credits. Yes, please guide me more on this.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. See, basically it depends upon number one, what board you're following. Like I know when I was teaching IB, we were following very strongly the MLA citation way. So if you would just look at, poem generated using Suno AI, and the link is mentioned over here, this is what you need to mention at the bottom. When we are picking up citations for any Google generated image or AI generated image, it's important that we pick up the citation style. It depends upon what is the citation style permitted by the board with which you are working, right? Whether it is Cambridge works with APA citations, IB works with MLA citations. Unfortunately, there is not such a restriction with CBSE, but it's always best to, give the children to understand that, if they are doing that, if they're doing it now, there will be, because when they're writing research papers in future, they will be utilized, these will be utilized in any ways. They cannot just write a paper, copy it and put it out over there, because they will be pushed through the engines like Turnitin or any other plagiarism checkers. So it's always better to actually go and look at how you are citing it. That's very important. Okay. I hope I've answered your question, and I will very
Ma'am, I still have a doubt here. I think I could
Okay.
not reach out clearly.
Okay.
Ma'am, if I use any AI tool, for
Mhm.
example, if I use the RL video generator,
Okay.
it asks me, it will prepare three, it will give me 3 attempts. I can generate a
Hmm.
video using that 3 attempts, but then it asks me to generate credits, give more credits, and then only it will help me to make any
Acha, the
video
credits
using
you're
that.
asking, the credits you're
Yes,
asking, for
ma'am.
example, the
Yes,
free ones. So for example, if I go for, acha, that credits you're asking. So for
yes,
example,
I
if
got
I
that.
tell you this one, no, wait, not this one. If you look at it over here, if you look over here, you will see 30 credits. Do you see 30 credits? It means after 30 credits, you have to make, so this is like a free version that you're getting a taste of. Do you actually go ahead and buy it? If you think it is worth it, please go ahead and buy it. Like for me, I found ChatGPT to be something which is very fun. So I have a paid version of it. So if you want to use extensively beyond it, then after that, there is no turnaround of using free tools. There is no dearth of using free tools. Like if I just showed you this video, if I go ahead and export this as an example, it is asking me that this is what it is going to be required. Why did I not download it, paid for it, and then created it for like that? So it is going to be important. Otherwise, the watermarks are going to be there, right? So free credits, so man, I'm sorry, there you will probably have to sign up with another email ID to get those free credits, and that is exactly what I did while I was using the free version of Magic School AI. What was the question that somebody would want to unmute themselves and ask me directly? Is it safe to upload a photos of student photos to an AI tool? Of course not. It is not safe, because we really have no idea that, where they are going to go, where they're going to be particularly utilizing it. So as we, even for the teachers, we say that, if you're going to be using any AI tools for the third party, always have one demo email ID that you can probably utilize in more than one place. So I have an email ID that I actually use for just only these purposes. Do not use an email ID which you're using for any financial transactions or your organizational email IDs in such kind of scenarios. It is not safe. Do not do that. Please read the privacy concerns of all the websites that you go to. Look at the FERPA requirements. And it's very important that we are sure, because they can easily be, doctored and utilized in some other equations. What was another question? Can you please share AI tools? Okay, I've already put that up on my website. Is it safe? Okay, that question I have answered. Safe to upload. Again, I think the same question is coming again and again. Marine, any other question? I don't see any other question out over there.
No, ma'am, no other questions.
Okay.
So I think you have
I hope-
answered all.
I
Thank you
hope
so
I'm
much,
very
ma'am.
sorry for taking the time. Very
No,
sorry for
it's
that.
fine.
And thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm sure teachers have benefited today by your session. And thank you, teachers, for joining us for the session. And we'll now have another session on 13th of September. So do join that session also. It will be on Python. So we will be clearing up queries. So do join that session. So thank you so much and have a great weekend.